Hey folks, welcome back to another video, and today it's about Wider 2.0 by Infected Mushroom. It's a free plugin. It's a pseudo stereo widener plugin that you put on mono signals, and then it makes this mono signal appear to be very wide or very stereo. And like I said, it's free, so it doesn't make any sense to recreate it inside of Bitwig Studio, but someone asked me this here 2 weeks ago. Could you recreate Wider from Infected Mushroom in Bitwig Studio? And sure, I can try. And how this works is actually very simple. They create peaks on the left channel and matching dips on the right channel. And when you put then the stereo signal back together to a mono signal, the left side cancels out the right side. So that's the idea behind it. And I try to recreate this inside of Bitwig Studio here, and I first show you how this Wider plugin works. So you can see here the frequency spectrum in this EQ curve analyzer, and when we dial up here the amount, you can see we bring in peaks on the left side and dips matching on the right side, right? So left side peak, right side dip. And when you summarize this or sum this back to a mono signal, they cancel each other out and you are left with a clean mono signal. And you can see here when we increase the amount, we filter more and more, right? And bring in more dips and peaks here at the top. Then we have here a low bypass knob where you can remove low end from the whole process. So if you have bass sounds, right, you want to have mono, then you can use this. So this is how this works here. And let's close this and use here my my preset. So my preset looks like this. We have the amount knob. That's the mono signal. We increase the amount here. You can see we bring in dips and peaks on the left and right channel to create a stereo signal. Then we have here also the low pass to remove the low end. And I also added here additional controls for the mid gain and the side gain, so you can increase here the wideness even more if you want to, the sideband, or remove the mid band. So that's what you can do. And also here a center frequency, so you can decide where you want to have these dips and peaks in the frequency spectrum, right? So that's not possible with the plug-in version. And I want to show you here how it sounds. So we disable here the EQ curve analyzer and maybe use, let's say, some drums. Drums are nice for these tests because they are full range, full frequency spectrum. Maybe use here a tool device. We make this completely mono. So that's a mono drum loop now. You can hear it becomes a bit phasey or flangy at a certain amount. And that's also true for the plug-in version. So this sounds kind of the same with this. It almost sounds like a phaser. Because it is a phaser, you introduce a lot of dips and peaks throughout the frequency spectrum. So it's, yeah, no wonder it sounds like this. But you have to be aware of that, right? So what we can do to make this a bit better is to kind of play around here with these knobs. You can bring in the low pass or the low bypass. Remove the low end here, also here. Yeah, 100% is almost too much. It sounds like a disperser. That's okay. I also introduced here some kind of convolution reverb for the side channel. In my opinion, it makes it sound much more natural because it sounds like the, you know, the sound is reflected from a real room. So it sounds like this. Then we have here the center frequency. Like I showed you, it changes basically where these dips and peaks are in the frequency spectrum. So you can play around with this and maybe, you know, maybe you have a dip or a peak exactly at the snare drum center frequency. So you can offset this here a little bit. And that's also not possible with the plug-in version. So it sounds like this. So yeah, that's kind of it. This is how it works, how it sounds like. If you overdo this, also here with the plug-in version, it becomes very phasey and flangy. You have to be aware of that with certain signals or with noise and so on. But you have the mount knob. You can use the low pass to get something out, or maybe dial down here the side gain, or use my addition here, which is the convolution reverb, to bring everything into a room and make it more sound like natural. So I want to show you here how this looks like inside of the grid. It's actually very simple. We have here the audio signal coming in, and then it splits into a filter section here, a lot of all-pass filter devices. Also here the high pass, which is basically the low bypass feature. And then we use the inverted outcome of this for the left channel and just a normal outcome here for the right channel, and mix these together to bring differences in for the left and right channel. And when you sum everything back to mono, they cancel each other out again, and you are left with the mono signal. And then we have here a bit of volume scaling to change the volume. And you can also see here, there's a small little spectrum analyzer in here. The red line is the mid channel and the blue line is the side channel. So you can see here with the low bypass, we have only side information here at the top end. We can also remove here the amount or dial down the amount until you are left with the mono signal again. And also at the center frequency. So the center frequency is changing all the all-pass filters at once. There's also something you can do to change this, is to remove some of these all-pass filters here. Just get rid of it. So you have less dips and peaks, so it's less flangy and less phasey. Or you can add more all-pass filters to make it more flangy and more phasey if you want to. It really depends on what you want to do, right? So if you think it sounds too unnatural and it's too phasey, then just get in here, remove some of these all-pass filters, and just go here with 7 or 8 of these. And yeah. So with this, the problem here is, of course, you have less dips, less peaks. So you maybe hit a very important frequency in your track or your sound, then you have to play around here with the center frequency, or I don't know. So you can change it to your liking. So this is what I want to say. You can change it to your liking. That's not possible with the plugin. In my opinion, my preset also sounds a bit better. A small little bit. Also, when you introduce here the side room. So the side room is just a convolution reverb on the side channel here with the wooden attic preset of Bitwig Studio. And when you bring this in, you just mix in here this. And it sounds like the stereo information comes from the room. and it sounds more natural to my ears at least. So this is the wider preset here. It's completely free. I put the link in the description below. You can give me feedback, and also if you have other plugins you want to see inside of Bitwig Studio, then I can try. So leave a request also down in the comments. Thanks for watching, leave a like, and I see you in the next video. Bye.